It was a Black Saturday on June 5th of 2021 in Igangan area of Oyo State, southwestern Nigeria, as scores of people were killed and property worth millions of naira were razed. News Central Bernard Akede took a trip to the scene of the attack and brought back untold stories about the massacre. Let's watch this exclusive report.
Community, normal life as they know it has changed. Located in the Barakpa North local government area of Oyo State, southwest Nigeria, Igangan is about 2 hours drive from Ibadan, the state's capital. Most of the locals here are farmers, and the town is usually quiet and peaceful. But the activities of 5th June 2021 soon changed things and made the town a trending topic.
You but I'm going something 5 minutes to 11. Ìgbà yẹn kọ́ dún àwọn kó báyà bá àwọn èèyàn wa eré lápẹ́ àwọn pé kò ń ṣe bá àwọn èèyàn wa wàá tó máa délẹ̀ kejì ìgbà yẹn tún dún wọ́n ti wọ inú ìgboro wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí operate.
The people now live in fear and on high alert. Every young man and woman who can take up any form of arms has to do so to protect himself and his family.
They started right about a kilometer away from the palace, shooting, damaging shops everywhere until they were at the palace. So the palace was damaged. Everything burned. Salim Siriki, you know him. He was solely behind the issue. He started everything. It was summons to the palace before this happens.
The police had, however, confirmed that 11 people had died in the attack. With lives and livelihood lost, the people are angry. Several government officials have visited the community and have condemned the killings and the destructions.
What I've seen is unbelievable. Things like this should not happen in this country at this particular time. It's unbelievable. We need to do something, and do something very quickly and urgently as a government. On my part, as a member of parliament, of course, we've been talking about it, been discussing about it. We have met several times with the heads of security agencies. We have indicated our willingness as a parliament to provide whatever they need. But in a situation like this, I think you can't continue to do the same thing, same way, and expect different results. We need to decentralize the policing system in this country. When things like this are happening all over the country, and government does not do anything, then you may not have a country by the time you wake up the next day. May that not happen to Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the Serikin Fulani of Igangan, Salihu Abdul Kadri, has denied any involvement in the recent killings in Igangan community. Speaking to Premium Times, the Fulani leader in the community said, "I want to tell the whole world that my family and I were not involved in the Igangan crisis. Since the crisis began about 4 months ago, we have relocated from Igangan. None of my children was killed in the recent crisis because they are all not resident in the town anymore." As the people of Igangan bury their loved ones and count their losses, they call on the government to come to their aid, and Nigerians in general call for an end to the killings and for the perpetrators to all be brought to book. Bernard Akede, News Central.
All right, so you can catch more of that exclusive report by our very own Bernard Akede later tonight on News Central. You don't want to miss it. An investigation into the happenings, the untold stories of the June 5th Black Day and the Igangan killings. Well, joining us right now is Bernard Akede himself, our correspondent. Bernard, good morning to you. Welcome to Breakfast Central. Well, Bernard, I'd like to start first of all. The perpetrators, they might not have been identified in terms of person to person, but it's clear that we know who they are, or the group in question, right?
Well, yes, from speaking with the community people and the community leader himself, they claim that these perpetrators were Fulanis who reside or who used to reside in the town before they were asked to leave the town. Now, according to the community leader, he said that the Fulani community has been there for ages, even before he was born. You know, they have been generation upon generation. As we know, the Fulanis are herders and they are nomads that move around with their cattle looking for pastures green to feed their cattle and to survive. So they've been there for quite a while until recently when there had been, some misunderstanding between the community and the Fulani herders, wherein the herders and their cattle have been encroaching into farms and destroying part of their farmland. They tried to settle that issue, and then at some point, according to the leader, they told them to leave the town. And after that, some of them said they will come back and that they were going to to wreak havoc on the town, according to the traditional head, that's the Igangan of Igangan, whom I spoke to back then. And from there is where things escalated, according to him.
Right, Bernard. Now, tell us about the atmosphere. What's the body language of the residents who are still in the Igangan area? And what's the Oyo State government doing about the situation?
Okay, well, first of all, like you could see from the clip, almost every young man there who can lay his, and woman as well, who can lay his or her hands on any form of arm and ammunition to protect themselves are doing so. The town has become very quiet and very tense. You can almost cut the atmosphere with a knife. You would see young men on motorbikes with Dane guns or with axes or with machetes or with some kind of improvised weapon, just making sure that they are ready for any form of attack and to protect themselves and their families. They've mounted roadblocks at different parts of the town so that if anybody is coming in, as they stop and search. At least we went through about 3 or 4, of such, which didn't used to exist before. So you can tell that the people there are really agitated and are preparing themselves for anything to come after this. As for the government, the state governor has been at the place. Several representatives have also been into the town. The commissioner of police also had spoken. I did state that the commissioner stated that 11 people were killed. So the government is definitely looking into the matter based on what they have said. There will be compensations. The government also did say we don't know what kind of compensations will be given, and that the people are asking for more protection from the government because they said that the assailants came with more sophisticated weapons than they had. So it clearly wasn't a fair fight at all. They also came late at night while they were unprepared. But again, the atmosphere is tense, as at the last time we were there, and they're hoping that the government will take charge and protect them. But not just them, protect every other community, because they believe that the killings have to stop.
All right, Bernard, from the images, really harrowing, disturbing images we were watching in that clip, even the palace, the Igangan Palace, burnt to the ground. I mean, the audacity of such acts and very brazen and to be done and with nothing, with any sense of repercussion whatsoever. So Bernard, before we let you go, because we're just going to ask you to do something for us, what should we expect from the final piece? Because we know that this is an exclusive that will be coming on later on News Center. What should we expect when we watch this later, the full version?
Well, the full version is almost 10 minutes long. It shows our total, journey through the community. We spoke to several people. There may be some scenes that may be a bit disturbing because we still did see marks of scuffle and fighting. There were places we visited where people were killed. There still were marks of blood. So it may be disturbing, it may be touching, but it's something I believe everybody should watch. And I also would like to say that we were not able to speak to the head of the Fulani community, but he had given a report on Premium Times stating that he and his family members were not involved in these killings. So the rest of the investigation is for the police to carry out and to come out with the final result. But I would urge everyone to watch this piece. It's on our YouTube channel, and you will get the full version from our findings in Igangan town.
All right, thank you very much, Bernard. Just before we let you go, what's the latest when it comes to COVID-19 updates?